What's good, YouTube? It's Nas, and we back with another video. Thank y'all for 800 subscribers, of course. Road to 900 subscribers. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the MVP race. And recently, a lot of people have been marketing a Cade Cunningham MVP. And for me, to be honest with you, I can't blame you for thinking that. And when I tried to bring it up a couple months ago that the Pistons wouldn't be anything without Cade Cunningham, y'all got on my ass about it. So let's talk about it, because you look at the MVP candidates, you look at Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, obviously having a season where he can win back-to-back MVPs, but you look at it, individual seasons, who do you think have been better? And it has been Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. You throw in Nikola Jokic in there. Who do you think has been better? Maybe some people will say Nikola Jokic. Maybe some people will say Shai. When you look at MVP candidates right now, like you look at people like Cade Cunningham and Jaylen Brown. I feel like those are the two that should be compared to each other. They are in the top 5, but they most likely will not win it. And I know some people will be outraged about it because what Jaylen Brown is doing for the Boston Celtics right now is huge. Obviously, with people projecting Jason Tatum to be out with all season and projecting the Celtics to not even make the playoffs, and for them to be a top 2 seed, top 3 seed in an Eastern Conference, which everybody's fighting for seeding right now, is huge. Cade Cunningham, on the other hand, the Detroit Pistons being the number 1 seed in the league right now, Cade Cunningham orchestrating everything, him being a ball-dominant player and them succeeding, him going into the Garden and dropping 40, that should tell you a lot. And him saying he's the best American player, and Edwards coming back and dropping 40 the next day, Jaylen Brown saying he's the best two-way player in basketball. I feel like the competitiveness in the NBA is probably at an all-time high right now, that we've seen it in years now. And when you look at the MVP race, obviously a lot of people are going to feel like such and such should have got the award. But when you look at an individual and you look at team, I think we have to pivot towards Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander this season is averaging 32 points, 4.5 rebounds, and 6.5 assists, shooting 55.5% from the field and 39% from the three. An even better season than his MVP season. Yes, the points is down by 1, but at the same time, what is that 1 doing? And you might ask me, Nas, how is he the MVP? The Thunder are beating competitive teams without him. And when you look at it, the Thunder system without Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is dramatically different. Like, you notice when the OKC Thunder play and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is on the court, there is designed ISO plays for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. With Shai Gilgeous-Alexander out, like, it's more ball movement. Isaiah Hartenstein is orchestrating the offense. Cason Wallace is orchestrating the offense. Isaiah Joe is getting enough shots. Aaron Wiggins is getting enough shots. Jared McCain coming in to make a difference. Like, you look at that and you look at, obviously, the OKC Thunder being the 2nd team overall. Like, you look at Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and you like, okay, you give the MVP, and the MVP is out for a couple games and we're still surviving. Wait till we get the MVP back. We're going to win another chip. We're going back to back. Now, when you look at Cade Cunningham's side of things, right? Cade Cunningham and the Detroit Pistons, I'm pretty sure they're 7-3 without him. Last time I checked, y'all told me they could survive without Cade, and they did. I was wrong. I admitted I was wrong. But Cade Cunningham this season, like, we're not going to ignore what Cade Cunningham is doing this season, because Cade Cunningham is averaging this season 25.5 points per game, 5.5 rebounds, and 10 assists, shooting 46% from the field and 34% from the three. You might ask me, Nas, how is Cade Cunningham not the MVP if he is the number 1 seed overall in the whole NBA and the Detroit Pistons is orchestrated by him? And I really do feel like if it's between Cade Cunningham or Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, which I probably think it won't be, you have to look at individual stats. And who's having the better individual season, you might ask? It is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Maybe the playmaking aspect probably drags Cade up a few notches, but I don't think it's ridiculous to say that Cade Cunningham is in the MVP race or even a top 3 candidate. I wouldn't say that, because I do think overall it's up for grabs. But next, talking about Nikola Jokic, because you never could count out him. Nikola Jokic this season is averaging 29 points per game, 12.5 rebounds, and 10.5 assists, shooting 58.5% from the field and 42% from the three. You look at those stats and those don't tell you that he's the MVP. I feel like he was a runaway candidate really before he got injured in that Miami Heat game. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander had his opportunity to come back, and really Shai Gilgeous-Alexander being out with his injury and Nikola Jokic not taking back the MVP race should say a lot. And you're still giving Shai Gilgeous-Alexander an opportunity to close this down. And if we know Shai Gilgeous-Alexander like we've known him for the last 3 seasons, I do think he would probably capitalize on this. But Jokic right now is, I'm pretty sure, the 3rd seed in the Western Conference, which they're missing a lot of players. They're missing Peyton Watson. They're missing Aaron Gordon. Like, the Nuggets have been injury riddled, just like the Oklahoma City Thunder. So you look at Nikola Jokic and you say, how can he not be the MVP? Jaylen Brown, obviously, I feel like you look at the Celtics, you just look at the outstanding piece in Jaylen Brown. This season, Jaylen Brown is averaging career highs across the board. Jaylen Brown is averaging 29 points per game, 7 rebounds and 5 assists, shooting 48% from the field and 34.5% from the three. And the Boston Celtics right now, like I said, are a top 3 seed in the Eastern Conference, but I really do feel like the Celtics individual players are helping out Jaylen Brown a lot. Not saying like the Thunder and the Pistons are not doing that, but Derek White and Peyton Pritchard have been playing some great basketball. Peyton Pritchard deadass looked like Curry yesterday. Derek White, I feel like you look at the stats and you look at the analytics, Derek White is the most impactful player on the Celtics roster. So I really do feel like when it comes down to impact, they're not going to give Jaylen Brown the award. But somebody I forgot was Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic right now is the 4th seed for the Los Angeles Lakers. They have a lot of bad losses, but Luka is leading the league in scoring. Luka is averaging 33 points per game, 7.5 rebounds and 8.5 assists, shooting 47% from the field and 35.5% from 3. I think we all know Luka Doncic. We already know Luka already, so we don't really have to get into all that. But I do feel like if the Lakers had better wins, let's say that they're the top 5 seed and really nobody's noticed at all. I guess we just really don't care about it because they have some really bad losses to actual good teams, and I feel like their wins are against bad teams. That's how I feel. Maybe y'all could correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't know. But looking at this MVP race, I really do think like it's probably going to either go to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander or Nikola Jokic, but at the same time, I feel like people shouldn't really get outrageous or really mad at all about Cade Cunningham and Jaylen Brown's name being in the mix, because obviously they are playing like that. You can't tell me at the beginning of the season you expected the Detroit Pistons to be on the top of the East or on top of the NBA, or you expected the Celtics to be a top 4, top 3 seed without Jason Tatum. You can't tell me that honestly in your mind. But I want to know, who is your MVP favorite right now? It is only February 23rd, so there's a chance somebody could run away with the MVP or somebody could catch up. Y'all let me know down below. Thank y'all for 800 subscribers again. Subscribe. What's good, y'all? If y'all made it to the end of the video, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And there's a video right here. I'm pretty sure you're gonna like it if you like this one. And the channel icon's right there if you want to just check out the channel in general. And yeah, leave a like too, because it really helps the algorithm push me out. And yeah, I appreciate y'all for watching this video nonetheless.